Friend, come sit closer. My knees don't let me lean forward the way they used to, and if I try too hard, I might fall straight into your lap and you'll charge me rent for using you as a cushion. 80 years old and still paying for everything. Life is unfair. But today, I want to tell you something I wish someone had told me decades ago. Something that would have saved me years of stress, wrinkles, and the deep groove between my eyebrows that makes me look like I'm permanently judging people. And maybe I am. I'm 80. I earned the right. Listen carefully, because I'm not just talking to you, I'm talking for you. And for every person out there who's been carrying emotional weight heavier than my old military duffel bag, I want to talk about the 6 toxic behaviors you should never tolerate, not even when it comes from family. Yes, family, blood, the people who share your forehead shape, your stubbornness, and your cholesterol problems, the same people who can love you the most or hurt you the deepest. You ready? Good. Let this old man talk. You know, when I was younger, much younger, back when my back still worked and strangers didn't call me sir with the same tone they use for museum exhibits, I tolerated everything from family. I thought that's what good people did. It's family, Paul. Let it go. That's what everyone said. But letting things go is easy when what you're letting go of is a balloon, not when you're letting go of your peace, your sanity, or your dignity. Let me take you back, way back, to when I was around your age, 60, spry, still had more hair, less belly, and enough hope to think family drama would magically disappear if I ignored it long enough. You know, the age when people think they're getting wiser, but really, they're just getting tired. So there I was, 60 years old, helping my nephew move into his new apartment. Strong young man, big muscles, small brain. You know the type. If common sense were a coin, he couldn't even afford gum. Anyway, we finished moving, and I was exhausted. I said, "Son, I need to sit down before my spine files for divorce." And do you know what that boy said? "Come on, Uncle Paul, you're not that old. Don't be dramatic." Friend, my soul left my body for a moment, because when someone dismisses your struggle, your pain, your exhaustion, that's toxic behavior number 1, minimizing your feelings. Let me tell you something. If you're 60, 70, 80, heck, even 20, and someone tells you that your feelings are too much, dramatic, or not a big deal, you better take a step back and look them in the eye with the same expression I used when I saw tofu for the first time. Your feelings are real. Your hurt is real. Your experiences are real. And anyone who tells you otherwise is not comforting you. They're controlling the narrative, especially family. My sister used to do this too. Lovely woman, heart of gold, mouth of poison when stressed. I'd tell her something bothered me, and she'd say, "Oh, Paul, don't be sensitive." Sensitive? At 80, I'm so emotionally intuitive, I can feel the weather changing by analyzing my own mood swings. But back then, I kept quiet. I told myself it wasn't worth the argument. Friend, that is exactly how resentment grows, quietly, slowly, like mold on leftover rice. And speaking of resentment, let me tell you about toxic behavior number 2, guilt tripping. Oh, guilt, the favorite seasoning in every family recipe. Sprinkle a little here, dump a few cups there. Delicious. I remember one time I told my brother I wasn't coming to a family dinner because I had plans involving a recliner, silence, and my feet up like a king. And you know what he said? "So you're too busy for your family now? I see. Mom would be disappointed." Friend, when I tell you my eyebrow flew off my face and hit the ceiling, and Mom, she was gone 10 years already. 10! That woman was in heaven shaking her head at him, saying, "Don't drag me into this mess." But that's the thing. Some family members will use nostalgia, emotional blackmail, and even the dead to manipulate you. And for years, I let them. I'd cancel my plans, bend myself into pretzels, try to keep everyone happy, until I realized something. Nobody asked if I was happy. And you know what pushed me over the edge? Not anger, not disappointment. It was the quiet ache of being taken for granted. Friend, listen to this old man. Guilt is not love. Guilt is not loyalty. Guilt is not respect. It is control wrapped in sentimentality. And you don't have to tolerate it anymore, not even from the people who share your last name, your blood type, or your childhood trauma. Now, before I get too heated and my doctor starts texting me about blood pressure again, let's lighten the mood a bit. You know, when I turned 80, I finally learned the difference between peace and politeness. Peace is choosing yourself. Politeness is choosing others so much you disappear entirely. And disappearing is what I did for many years, until one day I didn't. But before I tell you what happened, friend, let me say this, since we're already in the middle of this talk. If you're listening and you're nodding and you're thinking, Paul is talking about my life, then do me a favor. Go ahead and like the video. Leave a comment telling me which toxic behavior you're tired of dealing with. And subscribe to the channel, friend, so I can keep showing up in your life like that stubborn relative who always finds your new address. All right, you liked, commented, subscribed? Good. Now let's continue. Where were we? Ah, yes, the moment everything changed. I was 65. I just retired, had more time on my hands than sense, and my family thought that meant I was available 24/7 like a convenience store. Need help with moving? Call Paul. Need babysitting? Call Paul. Need money? Definitely call Paul. Need someone to take the blame? Oh, Paul loves that role. And that brings me to toxic behavior number 3, blame shifting. Let me tell you, my family could blame me for anything. If the weather was bad, somehow it was my fault. If the economy dipped, Paul, what did you do? If someone's kid failed math, I'd get a phone call. And back then, I accepted it, because if you hear something long enough, you start believing it. You're the strong one, Paul. You're the fixer. You're the responsible one. No, I wasn't the responsible one. I was the exhausted one. And nobody noticed, not because they didn't care, but because I never told them to stop. You teach people how to treat you, and I taught my family that I was unbreakable. Friend, I am many things, wrinkled, wise, slightly dramatic, but unbreakable I am not. One day, after yet another situation where I was blamed for something I didn't even know happened, I finally snapped, gently, politely, in the way only an old man can, firm, calm, unbothered, with a voice that said, I've survived life, you can't intimidate me. And I told them, I love you all, but I'm not your punching bag. If you can't handle your own mistakes, don't deliver them to my doorstep. And friend, the silence in the room, beautiful, healing, worth framing. But that wasn't the last toxic behavior I had to cut out. Another nasty one was waiting for me like a bill I forgot to pay. But that, friend, that's a story for just a moment from now. Let this old man catch his breath. These memories burn more calories than my treadmill. Now don't go anywhere. I've still got more to tell you about the toxic behaviors you should never tolerate, even from the people who claim to love you. Friend, I'm glad you're here. Really. At my age, when someone sticks around for the second half of a story, it feels like winning the lottery, the emotional lottery, the one where the prize is someone actually listening instead of wandering off because the old man talks too slow. So thank you. Now sit down, get comfortable, put your feet up if you want. You're 60. You earned the right to elevate those ankles. Let this 80-year-old man finish what he started, because the lessons, oh, the lessons get deeper from here. You know, after all the toxic behaviors we talked about earlier, manipulation, guilt-tripping, disrespect, controlling behavior, I realized something important.
The reason family toxicity hurts the most is because we never expect it from them. Strangers can stab you in the ego, sure, but family? Family stabs you in the soul. And half the time, they don't even know they're holding the knife. But here's the truth I want you to take deep into your heart, friend. You are not obligated to carry emotional wounds just because you share blood. Let me tell you a story I've never shared with anyone outside my tiny circle, and you're in that circle now. I had a brother, my older brother, bigger, louder, angrier, the kind who thought leadership meant shouting first. He used to tell me what to do, how to live, who to marry, how to spend my money, where to put my time, even what I should have eaten, like he was the CEO of my entire existence. One night, after an especially heated moment, he told me, "Paul, you're weak. You don't know how to stand up for yourself." That night, friend, I cried. Quietly, the way men of my generation learned to cry, silently and facing the wall so nobody could see. Because the words didn't just hurt, they carved a mark inside me that lasted decades. But now, at 80, if someone talks to me like that, I laugh and remind them their opinion has the weight of dust on a windy day. You get wiser as you get older, or at least too tired to put up with nonsense. And that's what I want for you. Not just survival, not just tolerance. Peace, friend. Peace so soft you can hear your own thoughts again. Let me tell you another thing. You have the right to protect your peace even from the people sitting at your dining table. You have the right to walk away from a phone call that drains you. You have the right to say no, not today, and that's enough. You don't earn that right. You're born with it. You're 60 now. You've carried a lifetime of moments, memories, hurts, joys, disappointments, surprises. You don't have the energy to waste on people who treat your heart like a punching bag. But listen here, friend, listen good, and forgive me for getting a little dramatic. You also have the right to build a new kind of family, a chosen one, a family made of people who speak gently, people who understand you, people who don't twist your words like pretzels, people who don't measure your worth for what they do for you, the people who hold your heart without crushing it. I built a family like that around me, not biologically, emotionally, socially, humorously. Sometimes I think the only reason they keep me around is because my jokes are like old cheese, so bad they're good again. But hey, love is love, right? Friend, let me take a moment here, just a tiny one, to talk to the folks watching this. Yes, you beautiful humans behind the screen. If you've made it this far, if you're feeling something, learning something, remembering something, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Not for me. Old men don't need followers. We need naps. Do it for this channel, this friend of yours, so you don't miss the next time I ramble about life with too much emotion and too little filter. Now let's continue. Where was I? Ah, yes, relationships. You know, friend, we talk a lot about love, but love without respect is just stress with lipstick. And sadly, many families confuse love with ownership. I love you, so you must listen. I love you, so you must obey. I love you, so I get to comment on everything you do, even your haircut. But the truth is simple. Love honors. Love protects. Love uplifts. Love does not suffocate. If someone says they love you, but they treat your heart like it's made of scrap metal instead of gold, their love is not love. It's habit, familiarity, dependency, but not love. I had to learn that the hard way. And you know what made the biggest difference for me? Distance. Not punishment, not anger, just space. Space to breathe, space to think, space to exist without someone else's expectations squeezing my ribcage like a giant emotional anaconda. Sometimes the most loving thing you can do for yourself is step away. Sometimes the most loving thing you can do for them is stop enabling their bad behavior. Sometimes the most loving thing you can do is whisper to yourself, "I am worth peace," and then act like you believe it. And friend, let me tell you, once you reclaim your peace, once you rebuild your heart, once you rise from the emotional chaos like a slightly confused but determined phoenix, life becomes sweeter, softer, warmer. You laugh more, you sleep better, food tastes better, even broccoli. The sun shines brighter, the air feels lighter, and you realize that no relationship is worth losing yourself. Let me wrap this up gently, the way a soft blanket wraps tired shoulders, because this is the true end, not a cliffhanger, not a continuation, just an old man closing the chapter with sincerity. Friend, if you've stayed with me until now, thank you. You've listened to my heart, my memories, my mistakes, my lessons, and before we say goodbye, let me leave you with one last thought. You don't have to fight to be loved. You don't have to suffer to be valued. You don't have to shrink so someone else can feel tall. And you don't have to tolerate toxic behavior, not even from family. Your peace is your inheritance. Protect it, cherish it, guard it like the treasure it is. And now, my dear friend, to you watching this on the screen, I want you to stay with us a little longer. Don't run off just yet. You'll see 2 videos appear on your screen, the best ones we picked for you. If you liked spending time with me, if my stories made you laugh, cry, or feel seen, go ahead and click one of them. Let this journey continue in a different story, a different lesson, a different moment. Not because you're forced, not because I'm begging, but because, well, I like your company, and I'd love for you to stay with us just a little longer. Now go on, friend, choose one of those videos. I'll meet you there. Same old voice, same old heart, same old 80-year-old man waving like he can't remember if the camera is on or not.